Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deborah and this video is my little attempt to put a little bit of light and wellness back into the world. I'm grateful for those of you who saw my last video and contacted me and encouraged me, and I was a little bit saddened to see so many women who I know personally and some of them who I didn't know who had been going through so much trauma in silence. Now this silence is not always intentional. Our society has created strong ramifications for people who come out and say they've been experiencing some kind of trauma, and it's not always good. But another part about that silence is another reason for the silence is ignorance, not knowing that you're in an abusive relationship or not knowing you're in an abusive environment in general. And this is what I want to try to alter or change by making this video today. And one of the things that we're usually unaware of is the tools of the oppressor. And that's what I want to talk about today. This is part one of the episodes of the tools of the oppressor. And the first topic that I want to talk about is gaslighting. Now, as maybe like me, as for many of you, I wasn't aware of the term gaslighting until I left the abusive relationship I was in, and I got some kind of enlightenment. Now, gaslighting is from a movie created in 1940s about a man who wanted to make his wife think that she was crazy so that he could have her inheritance. He manipulated things around her. He would switch on and switch off lights and tell her that she's going mad even when she noticed that these things were happening, mixing pictures on the walls, footsteps, in the middle of the night and stuff, and so on and so forth. All in a bid to make her uncertain about herself, to change her reality, to make her doubt herself, to make her doubt her sanity, so that she would now feel like, oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. I need to go and go into an institution or something like that. And then gradually, gaslighting became used as a term for psychological and emotional abuse, and it has become one of the strong weapons of abuse in relationships. Now, it's not just only about domestic relationships or just between couples. Any kind of relationship could have elements of gaslighting, and we need to know how to watch out for this. We need to know how to stop it, and so on. Now, the greatest weapon of gaslighting is manipulation. Trying to change the perception of what things are. Trying to change the way things should look like. For instance, just creating uncertainty around someone. Now, the first thing that a gaslighter would do in an abusive relationship is to isolate the person. Take you away from the people that people that you're familiar with, and tell you that you don't need to be with those people. And then one of the reasons that they do this is to isolate you from people who you're familiar with, who can be witnesses to something that has happened and they would like to change in the future. Make you isolate you so that they can bring you to the point where you're solely dependent on them for emotional, financial, any kind of support in general. And it brings to the point of degrading you, to making you feel unworthy and hopeless. Now, all of this, gaslighting in general, is a power tussle. All they want to do is to create the feelings of power over you, to make you feel like you're less of them, they're better than you, they can dictate your reality, they tell you what is happening, and so on and so forth. And so how do they do this? One of the ways that gaslighters use manipulation to change your reality is to trivialize how you feel. They will tell you that you're being oversensitive. They will tell you that you're overreacting. They'll tell you that, come on, that little thing. This happened. So like I said, some of these things are experiences that I've had. So I can tell you from experience of what these things look like and what they feel like. And you begin to feel like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have reacted that way. Okay, maybe I should try to be a little bit, less sensitive, and so on and so forth. Another way that they would, one of the other tools of gaslighting is to tell you that people are talking behind your back, that they're saying bad things about you. That somebody will say, one of them will say, haven't you heard? So and so person said that you were not, you're acting very strange. You're not acting like a good wife. You're not acting like a good blah blah blah. You're bad. You're bad. You're bad. One of the ways that for me was really strong was the rewriting of history. Something happens in the past and you come up and try to relate that history and you say, no, that's not the way it happened, you're lying. Why are you lying? Why do you like lying? And you're like, This is what happened. You say, no, 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 no. And then you begin to, they will be so strong and so vehement about their version of the truth that you begin to doubt yourself and be like, oh, maybe I'm recollecting it differently, or maybe it happened in a different way. It's not, you know. Or they also hide objects and deny that certain things are the way they are, you know, and then they'll withhold emotions from you. They'll tell you, you know, today they're very loving, tomorrow they're very distant, and then you begin to struggle to get to that point where you're loved again. So you do anything to just get back to being appreciated and loved, you know. And then when you're trying to have conversations with them, they'll block and they'll divert the conversation and turn it to something else. So that in the end, when you have a conversation, you feel like at the end of the conversation, you feel like, what did we talk about? I can't remember. How did we get here? You know. Now the thing is this: for people who gaslight, they are self-absorbed. They crave attention. They have grandiose perceptions of themselves, and most importantly, they use manipulation. I have never understood why any relationship would need to have manipulation. Relationships are supposed to be about coming together and understanding each other, and, you know, tolerating and, you know, bending for the other, but not having to manipulate someone to your own perception. And this is why gaslighting is a very big deal for me, because it changes your perception about yourself. It makes you uncertain about yourself. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you doubt everyone around you. And because it isolates you around, you know, away from people that you would normally go to seek some sort of validation or some sort of, you know, clarity, you don't have anyone to fall back on. You don't have anyone to talk to. It's a very strong form of emotional abuse. Trust me when I say this. I've been there. I know. And why it is more insidious and why it is more devastating is the fact that you're not aware of it. You're not seeing it happen. So you feel like this is all my fault because they keep telling you, by the way. And just remember, when someone keeps telling you something, you get to the point where you believe that is the truth. And it is not. Don't ever get to the point where you believe someone else's reality is your reality. Don't let anyone ever get you to the point where you believe the lies that they tell you about you. You and God are the only ones who can determine or dictate your reality. It's there. Nobody else should lie to you about what's happening to yourself, inside you, outside you, wherever, your past, you know. And the thing again about gaslighting is the fact that it doesn't happen in 2 seconds. It's a process of time. They take time, and they have people around them. Sometimes, for me in particular, it was family, his family, who would come and tell me things like, you know, that's you're acting badly, you're this is not the way that thing happened. And because I'm not used, for me, I wasn't used to that kind of environment, so it was really strange. Now I don't want to go too long and too far into this. I just want to tell you that if you're having some of the signs of gaslighting around you, the first and foremost thing that you should do is consider leaving, because number one, a gaslighter never changes, okay? And number two, if you believe, if you think, if you sense that something is going wrong or something is wrong, believe your instinct. Trust your instinct. It's what saved me. It's what gave me the courage to leave when I did. And it saved my life and it saved my daughter's life. Okay? Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you're unworthy. This is one of the reasons for why I make these videos. You are not unworthy. You are, because of who you are, because of the strength and beauty and light that they see in you. They want to bring you down. They want to make you less of yourself. They want to make you feel like they have absolute power over you. They do not. And you can show that power, that you can show that strength in yourself by leaving while you can. No, I want you to, if there's nothing else that you remember from this video, remember this: gaslighters never change. They will not wake up one day and believe and say, oh, right, have I been lying about that? I'm so sorry. No, it doesn't work that way. You determine for yourself where you want it to begin and where you want it to end. Okay? Remember that you are not alone. Talk to someone. Reach out to someone who you can trust. You will survive without them. That's one of the things that they say. You cannot survive without me. Nobody else will ever want you. It's a big lie. You are beautiful. You are awesome the way you are. And that is what they see and they try to kill. Okay? You will survive. You will thrive without them. And you become the beautiful, amazing human being that you're meant to be. Right. Finally, believe this or remember this. You were worth it. You were beautiful. You know, you've got a beautiful soul. Your happiness is valid. You matter. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Until next time.